Well, good morning, fish people. I'm Alan Norris from Fish on TV. It is Wednesday, the 27th of April. Today, Wednesday, you're probably wondering what Wednesday is. Well, Wednesday is the days of Feederking qualifiers. Every couple of weeks now, there are 10 qualifiers to try and qualify for the Feederking final, where we will be fishing for the crown as Feederking and £10,000. So excellent stuff. Tickets are at a premium. They are like gold to get hold of. I managed to get two. Something was happening with my phone then. I don't know what was happening, but something just happened. Phone with my camera. So today there will be 60 anglers. There are 3 zones of 20. You have got to win your zone of 20 to qualify for the final. So there will be 3 finalists today. There will also be sections, I think it's sections, I'm not sure whether they do sections of 10 or sections of 5, I'm not sure. I'll find out when I get in anyway. So we've arrived at the King's Chamber for registration from 8 o'clock onwards. It's just leaving 8:10. The draw is at 9, so I'll nip in there, get registered, have a cup of tea and see where we get drawn. Now we did fish Southfield last week with the Old Boys Fishing Club. It has been fishing well, but the last week or two it's fished rock hard. Just happened to fish rock hard from Tuesday, the day that we went, onwards. I didn't have a bite. £4.7 won it, and then there was the open match. There were lots of anglers on there, and the weights, well, it's £12 won it. £10 came from the peg that I fished. Is that because it was bait gone in just the day before? That can happen with bream, almost pre-baited for them. But that's fishing really hard. That is like half the weights of what have been caught 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it was fishing really well. It's just gone tough again. Temperature today 8 degrees. It is overcast, which is nice. There will be a breeze on there. I would have thought it's not supposed to get very heavy, the wind, but Southfield you always get a bit of a breeze. It's usually right to left, usually, but we shall see. I've not done very well in the last 2 matches I've fished. I've had a blank at Southfield and 1 fish at Ferry Meadows. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything I'm doing wrong, because there were most of the people, I mean, £4 winning at Southfield, and everybody to my left at Ferry Meadows, from me left, nobody weighed in. And then from my right onwards to where the wind was blowing into, they seemed to catch a few more fish. But you just don't know with Southfield. It could be an absolutely fantastic day today. Favoured pegs? Don't know. You look at the results and it's not the same pegs that come up every week, but I would say consistent areas, 30s, early 40s I think. But having said that, I'm sure it was 60 odd pound came from peg 68 one of the weeks, about 6-7 weeks ago. So I don't know. Favoured pegs, just not sure. I think you've just got to keep a nice tidy match. From the lines that I saw where our guys did catch, and from what I've read, there seems to be quite a bit coming from sort of 25 to 30 metres, and I don't think at this time of year much more than 50 metres. So I might go in between the two. I might have like a 47, 48 metre line as my long line, and a 27 metre line. So it's in between the two that I've read. So I think it's a little bit of potluck. And if you drop on some fish, let's hope we just get a few pulls. So there we go. It's dead simple. I do know that dead reds work. I do know that worm works here. I'm not going to bother with the caster. Every time I've used caster I tend to get a lot of little vibration taps. So I've got pinkies, dead reds, red worm and chop worm and ground bait. And I've flower sieved the ground bait. I don't want too much bait going in there. I'm not sure that there are the massive volumes of fish in there at the minute, but you just never know. You just never know. So I know, where did 60 odd pounds came from? I think it might have been in the woods that actually, and I think it was 30 odd pounds came from peg 66. But the fish can be anywhere on Southfield, folks, absolutely anywhere. It's just a case of keep your match tidy, hope you get a few pulls. There will be some top class anglers here again today. Charlie Simpson, Phil Ringer, Tommy Pickering, they'll all be here. All the usual feeder masters, all the ones that want to win feeder masters, Feederking, goldenrod, they will all be here today. So high class field. Let's see if we can draw on some fish. I'm not going to say draw a good peg because I don't know which is going to be a good peg. Just draw on some fish, that will do. Few pulls, let's get qualified. I've had more blanks lately here than anywhere else. Right, I am really looking forward to it. Love bream fishing. Let's get to the draw, see where we get drawn.
Jeff Wiseman in it, yeah. Mr. Norris.
Get your mush in, Andy.
Blue 13.
Blue 13. Great draw.
Great draw.
Well, as you've just seen, have you? As you have just seen, I've drawn peg 13. That is on the canal bank. Never fished it before, but I'm quite happy with that. I think it can be really good. Don't know if wind's been blowing in there. I'm pretty sure it has. Yeah, it has. When we were there, it was blowing in there, so I'm going to have to shoot because they're all getting off. I don't know my way from here. So folks, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know about lines. I'm not sure whether the fish are a bit further out in there or not. I'm just not sure. But you can only do your best. We'll get there, we'll get down. That's a simple plan, as you've heard. And we'll see if we can catch one or two fish. See you on the bank. Right, just arrived at my peg. Here we go. Yeah, that's lovely little platforms down. Nice one. Peg 13. Yeah. Got Cookie, Steve Cook over there. Can't make out who this one is. I'll soon get to know. But wind in the face. It looks alright, doesn't it? So we'll get ready, decide on my lines I'm going to fish. With the wind in my face, don't think I need to fish a million miles. I think I'll do a 50 and a 30, something like that, or 50, 28, a little bit less than 30. So that's my plan. Let's hope we get a few pulls. I do actually fancy it from here, so for a few fish anyway. Let's just hope I get more from these guys. Now, in my zone, there'll be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and all the way up to about number 30 over there. So I'm not sure if that's Tommy over there somewhere. So you've just got to win your zone of 20 to try and qualify. Right, hour and a half to get ready. Should do that easy. It's only a 2-rod approach for me. Let's get 25 minutes to go, something like that, and I'm all ready. Just set the 2 rods up. This one at 50 metres, it's a 12-foot parabolics with a 620 extremity and another 12 foot, and that's at 50 metres, another 12-foot parabolics with a 520 extremity. That's what I'm going to bait up at that line. That's going to be 30 metres baited up, fishing this one at 50 metres. And Map makes a parabolics, by the way. So just kept it as simple as that. I know you're probably thinking, why don't you use a shorter rod for the shorter line? I quite like using a 12-foot rod for any line when I'm bream fishing. Don't really think it's an advantage. I mean, I know they say it's easier to land. I find it okay to land, especially when I'm on a platform like this. So I've picked my 2 lines and my targets. I've picked a duck over there that's it keeps moving though. Might have to change that one. No, I've picked, there's an orange buoy that I'll be aiming at there. There's a tower as well, so I can't possibly forget that one. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an outlet or I don't know what it is. There's some kind of jetty, something grey slightly to the left. So I've got 1 line to the right, 1 line slightly to the left. There are 2 lines. Bait wise, kept it as simple as anything. I'm not confusing anything here. I've not brought any casters. I've normally been casters, but what I've found, it's not made any difference the casters here, but when I have, I've tended to get a little vibration, the smaller fish, so I've wiped those out. But here we go. Got some chopped worm. There's my ground bait mix. Pagan match baits, the super skimmer dark green with the crushed expander and some sweet bream. And I've flour sieved it. Don't want many heavy particles because it feels a bit like winter mode today. A few pinkies, a few dead reds, and I've got some lovely loads of red worm. Look at those red worms in there. Look at those. Beautiful. Yes. Secret baits. We all like secret baits. And I've got some bigger worms. I've got Steve Cook to my left. Jack. What did you say your surname was, Jack? Jack Turner. Jack Turner to my left. I don't know the name of the guy. Right, he's gone. I've got Eddie Bryden a bit further down, and I can't remember where. Oh, is it Jeff? I can't remember who. I can't remember who's down there anyway. And Mick Vals's dad, I think, is down there, and Tommy Pickering. So, decent field. So, that's me bait, all ready to go. We'll have a quick cup of coffee. Let's hope the bream gods are going to give Nosha a few breams. We shall see. Right, 50 minutes in, baited the short line up. I put four cage feeder fulls, like a 6-hole cage feeder on my short line, and I've had 5 casts. It's quite a big rocket cage feeder on 30 gram. I had 3 5-minute casts, a 10-minute cast, and then one a little bit longer, which is taking it up to 50 minutes. Nobody's had a sign. I've just gone onto a little window feeder now, so cutting right down on the amount of feed I'm putting in. I've got 2 little red worms on. Apparently Jeff Wiseman, I think it is, on peg 19. He was actually at the side of me when he drew. He's had a fish first chuck. Don't know how big it was, but he's had a fish. I've heard of nobody else catching a fish. None of us on this bank have had anything just yet. Somebody's phone's ringing, so I'm sure we'll find out in a minute if somebody else has had a fish. I'm at 50 metres, keeping it quite accurate, within a dustbin lid. But everything looks right. It's overcast. I've got the breeze in his face, and I'll probably have a look on my short line In about another, after about an hour and 20 minutes, I think, we'll have a look. We'll look there. For 5 or 10 minutes, just baiting up. And we'll just keep alternating the swims. Bit of slight indication, was it that? I'm not sure. It wasn't a bite. Little tap. Tiny little tap. Not enough to strike into there. Just a little vibration. That's the first indication I've had. It wasn't enough to lift into that. If I had to guess, it seemed like a little roach or just a right little vibration. That's the first sign I've had, so I'll see if that develops into something. But just wasn't enough of a bite for me to lift into that one. I think it might have been something just nibbling on the tail end. Nope. Just give that a little bit of a... Just move that. See if we can promote a bite. I know bream bites, I mean you can have some violent bites. Again, tiny little... I had to lift into that one. Nothing there. I think it's a very small fish just nibbling on the end. Well, that's a decent sign, at least there's something there anyway. When you get a bream bite here, they're definitely quite positive bites. What's happened there? Oh, well, the red worm's gone anyway. Might have even been a perch. I don't know, perch normally drag it around, but something was having a little nibble, so I'll give that another go. Here we go, back out again. Nice little plop in. See if we can get a bite this time. Just wasn't quite positive enough. I do think it was a small fish, that just a bit, little vibrations. I know when I've had bream bites here, they've been quite positive. Don't get me wrong, you get the odd. You can tell the difference. That was just like I said, just shaking the end of the tip. Normally it just goes nicely. I just think that was small fish, but at least it's an indication. There we go. Unbelievably, I had that little indication. I've gone back out. I saw Steve Cook. He's obviously had an indication because he struck nothing. And within 30 seconds of Steve lifting, I saw Jack put his hand on his rod. Must have had an indication like I did. And then it's gone round and he's just lifted into a fish. It looks like it's a bream. So well done, Jack. Jack Turner. Well, that's a decent sign. It's weird how it happens that here. So it's taken 55 minutes for us three to get any kind of indication. So let's hope mine goes round next properly. And my little vibration. Right, there we go, folks. Right then, fishy people. Fishy people. Halfway point. I think it's 2.5 hours, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, 2.5 hours in, halfway. No more indications. There's been 5 fish caught in my zone of 20. Steve, Jack, peg 19 and peg 25. We think they've had like a bream apiece, £2 to £3 each. And Eddie Bryden's had a small skimmer. He's about 3 pegs down to my right. guy to my right has had nothing, and the guy next to him's had nothing. I've tried my short line. I've had 25 minutes on my short line. I had a 5-minute cast and 2 10-minute casts. I thought I might as well fish it rather than just rebait it. I don't want to put loads and loads of bait down there. That's worth a look in the last hour for certain. And I'll just keep rotating these lines. Back out there, I've got 2 red worms on at the minute. I've tried maggot and pinky, a couple of pinkies, as you do. But I've not had any indication on anything just yet. So, sounds crazy, but not out of it yet, folks. 2 decent pulls, you're right back in it. That's all we're looking for. So, 15-minute cast I'm having at the minute. It's up to 13 minutes. Just due to give that a little tweak. I always like to just move it a little bit once it's been in a while, towards the end of the cast. It can sometimes promote a bite, but we don't want another blank at Southfield, do we? I really fancied a few fish here today, really did, but what they've been telling me is this bank hasn't really been doing that well. Don't know why, 'cause it's perfect, and apparently the wind's been blowing down here for a while, so there we go. Update over. Let's hope we get 1 or 2, eh? Right, folks, just got a bit of info. It's fishing rock hard in Southfield, big time, so definitely not doing anything wrong, I don't think. Well, I know I'm not anyway, because everything seems bang on what I'm presenting it. But somebody's just walked the bank. There's 4 or 5 fish being caught in the whole match, and they're all in my zone. So it's fishing rock hard. Really difficult. It's got a bit changing temperature because it has been warm and it's gone cold this week. So something's definitely affected the fishing. Mind you, having said that and all, I think they've got other things on their mind. It's spawning season, isn't it? We used to go to Ireland this year, at this time of year, and they're coming to the river to clean off and stuff, so it's definitely like spawning season for silvers. Right, just thought I'd give you that little update. Still back out long, just changed to a 4-hole slim guru feeder from the little window feeder, so 3rd different change. 2 red worms and a pinky. Oh, I forgot to put my timer on. Oh, 1 minute 23 it's been in, so right, there we go. Right, we'll see if we get anything on this cast. Let's hope we have a good last hour and get 5 or 6 big uns. Yeah. Well, folks, I thought I went for a blank. There's 15 minutes to go and I got a massive drop back bite. And I've got one at last. I've been rubbernecking to my left a little bit, quite a lot. He's had 4 beauties. But I don't think it's a bream, I think, but I don't think it's a massive one. I don't know actually. We shall see. We'll see what it is. Very close between cookie and it's a proper bream. It's a proper one, folks. Hooray! No blank for Nosh. Yeah! Get in. So, I'd like to say we're off the mark, but it's been a long time coming. Just had no signs whatsoever. But there we go, folks. A 2.5 pounder. Let's get back in. Let's see if we get one more. Just pop this in here. Right. Oh, excuse me. Right. Cookie has just landed another one. But Jack at the side of me, he's had some big fish. That's close between those two. Who's going to qualify? It's definitely one of these two. Steve's had 5 and Jack's had 4, but Jack's had some bigger fish. Don't know, it's close. I wouldn't like to call it. I've just had the one. The guy to my right's had one. I think for me to have a chance of a section, I could do with another one in the last 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes? 7 minutes. Could do with one more. Give me a chance of a section. But it's been frustrating because I was beginning to think, am I doing something wrong here? But obviously not, because that just flew around, no problem. I've been on my short line. It's just not happened for me. Jack's had his big fish on his short line at about 30 metres. That's what it looks like anyway. It's been good watching these two have a battle. A bit frustrating for me not getting any bites. I've had 2 indications, little rattles when I brought it in. The end of the worms have been nibbled, so I'm guessing little perch or roach or something. So there we go, folks. No blank for Nosh. Hooray! Let's just hope I get one more pull. Give me half a chance of a section, maybe. I don't know, because I've got my back to these guys. There we go. Over and out. We are all weighed in. My first qualifier, the first qualifier for the Feederking at Southfield Reservoir. I explained what I was doing. You do begin to think you're doing something wrong when you're watching somebody to your left catching and you cannot get a bite. Having said that, I did have a couple of little vibrations, small fish. I didn't get a bite, alternating the lines. I didn't get a bite until 4:15, and it weighed just over, I think it was £3.6, I think, or £3.2, I can't remember, just over £3 anyway. A welcome fish, so it's no blank for me. However, Jack and Steve Cook to my left in the corner, nobody can believe that they've caught, but they have. They've fished very well. 4 fish for Jack Turner, and they have weighed over £19, just short of £20. Absolutely fantastic. And Steve Cook, 5 fish for just over £15. So Jack Turner won the match, and he is your first qualifier. So well done, Jack Turner. What a mighty fisherman you are. Well done, son. And great to meet you today, pal. So good luck in the final. Steve Cook has come second in the match. So unlucky, Steve. Thought you fished a tidy match there. Just not quite big enough, those fish. We think one of Jack's fish weighed just short of £7, so absolute clonking bream that. And your other qualifiers on this bank here is Brad Smith with £1.10 and Danny Wilson with £3.10, 1 fish apiece. There you qualifiers. It's fish rock hard. 60 anglers on there. Like I say, it's been fishing really well. A few weeks before, weather change, it's just knocked them off. So nobody can really understand it. I mean, there were £66 caught about 4 weeks ago, and then it's just fished as hard as that today, and that's just Southfield Reservoir for you. Hit or miss, or the moody mistress as they call it. So it's been a cracking day, thoroughly enjoyed it, I've got another ticket for June in Qualifier 4. Wayne Bartholomew just taking the mickey out of me. See you later, Wayne. And I've had a word with Jack. I've sent him a friend's request. He's got a few more tickets available. He's given his friend the first option, and his mates just had a word with me. He says there will be a couple of tickets for it, Alan, so he's just going to have a look. So hopefully I might be able to get on Qualifiers 8 and 9, something like that. So thank you, Jack Turner. Just send me a message whenever and let me know. Right then, folks, so that's the end of my Feederking qualifier. I have got Fishomania qualifier. I'll see Steve Cook there again up at Sesse. We've fished it once with the old boys. Apparently you need to be on the new lakes. I think I mentioned before, Ash, Sycamore and Beach, I think. Not sure. Steve's just said you need a load of luncheon meat from the margins. Apparently they go through 10 tins. 10 tins? I won't be taking 10 tins for sure. I think it'll fish a lot harder than people think. So it'll be a steady approach to start with. We'll see how we go. I'm just going to enjoy the experience and see where I end up. It's a lovely place. It's supposed to be great fishing if you draw those 3 new lakes, as they call them. So thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget, it's absolutely free to subscribe. If you click the notification bell, you'll get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very nice. So until next time, I shall see you on the bank at Sesse in the qualifier for the Fishomania. So take care, folks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, fish on.